Oh, yeah, this song, one bluegrass festival, they brought this wonderful group called Red Molly. And that year, it's a 3-woman group sang close harmony. They blew everybody away. And Mary was with me, and we said, someday we need to do this song, May I Suggest? And Barb and I and Mary did this about 5 or 6 years ago in church. That's our one performance venue. And we decided we would try and reconstruct that. So Lynne has joined us, and we're going to try and see what we can do with it. Except I need a note. Okay. May I suggest to you, may I suggest this is the best part of your life. May I suggest this time is blessed for you. This time is blessed and shining almost blinding bright. Just turn your head and you'll begin to see the 1,000 reasons that were just beyond your sight. The reasons why I suggest to you, why I suggest this is the best part of your life. There is a world that's been addressed to you, intended only for your eyes.
A sacred world, a treasure just to you, of private scenes and brilliant dreams that mesmerize.
A tender lover's smile, a tiny baby's hands, the million stars that fill the turning sky at night. Oh, I suggest, yes, I suggest to you, yes, I suggest this is the best part of your life. There is a hope that's been expressed in you, the hope of 7 generations, maybe more. This is the faith that they invest in you. It's that you'll do one better than was done before. Inside you know, inside you understand, inside you know it's yours to finally set right. And I suggest to you, and I suggest this is the best part of your life. This is a song, comes from the west to you, comes from the west, comes from the slowly setting sun.
This is a song with a request of you to see how very short the endless days will run.
And when they're gone, Laurie, you have something you want
here.
to do, so why don't you, this Laurie. Laurie is, for those of you who don't know, but you probably all know, she's a local artist, and Mary used to go and sit for her sometimes. I think some of the rest of you have.
I can always use more recruits. I see more people here that we haven't painted. But I'm sensing a theme here: theater, music, and Mary also loved all the arts. And I actually first met Mary through our church, and I admired her so much. She was a generation older than me, but she was the kind of woman that I admired. She didn't talk about her faith, but she lived it. You could see Mary treated people with kindness, compassion. She was always smiling. She was always laughing. She surrounded herself with wonderful people, and I was like, that's how I want to be when I'm that age. I first met Mary actually through the theater. My son was drafted in, I think it was 2010, to play a bit part in, am I allowed to say the name? That Scottish play. So Michael was 10 years old, and I told Chris, sure, I have a kid that likes to be on stage, and didn't realize the intensity of the rehearsals, 3 to 4 hours every night for weeks and weeks, and he was the only child in the show. And Mary took him under her wing, and she said, don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him, Lori, I'll watch over him. And so that's just how Mary was. She was so kind to a stranger's son, and I loved her so much. She also met my dad, who was an artist. She'd come into the gallery and chat with them, and anytime I asked her we needed a model, she'd come in and sit with us. We have a group that paints every Friday at my dad's studio, and Mary, like I said, I think it was part of the theater. She loved the attention, and she was a beautiful person, not only inside but outside. And so I had a little watercolor of her that I thought turned out okay, and I wanted to give it to her before she left, and somehow I missed the going away party and didn't know, but thought maybe someone in her family might like it, so it's just a little watercolor about her.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, that's great. So many wonderful connections, so many wonderful people here in Westcliffe that got either taken under Mary's wing or, I'm sorry, it's getting to me. Laura, do you want us to say something?
Hi everyone. I was part of the groups that were in the orphan dinners with Mary and appreciated her reaching out like that and to her house concerts. But how many of you remember Marilyn T. Beaver?
Yeah.
Free the beaver.
Free the Beaver. So, are there people that have not heard of Marilyn Beaver here? Does anybody not know this story? So,
Are we still Facebook friends?
yes. So, Marilyn was given a Facebook life, and she stole the beaver that was in the bathroom of the now Roadhouse, what's it called? 96 Roadhouse, whatever. And she and certain unnamed friends would take this beaver and put it in various situations and take a picture. And it was just a hoot. I mean, it was just this fun thing that was part of Mary's personality, and many of us enjoyed, including in the Methodist sanctuary, doing that. So anyway, it really popped up because the birthday of Marilyn T. Beaver showed up the other day on Facebook. So anyway, the other thing Ron reminded me this morning is of when she was in that band and playing, and there was an Oktoberfest of Mary and Ron, who had both probably had a little wine and beer, dancing on the pool table together doing the duck dance. So anyway, Mary was the one that encouraged Ron, or else it was the other one, I'm not sure. So anyway, good memories. Thanks.
Oh, Marilyn Beaver. I thought about her for a while. Andrew and Elanor, did you come and do your thing?
So we are Andrew and Elanor Straight, and for those of you we do not know, I had the pleasure of meeting Mary before I started conducting the community band. I actually was playing in the community band when Britain was conducting, and I played French horn, and I would often sit next to Mary in the band, and she's just hilarious, and so, as you guys know, most of the time she was telling Dave Collins to shut up, which was probably appropriate. But I just loved having her there. And then when I took over the band, it was just a blast having her in there, and it was a joy going every week to see what she would be saying and talking about. And doing sectionals with her was just a blast. Got to have Michael and her and a couple others, and it was just a joy to know her. Elanor got to know her in the theater with Steel Magnolias, is that right? So obviously Mary loved the arts. So I was playing this song the other day, and Eleanor's like, "Oh, is that for Mary's thing?" I'm like, "Actually, I hadn't thought about that, but these words are perfect." So this is from, what's that movie called?
A Star is Born.
A Star is Born. It's a Lady Gaga song, but it's not a Lady Gaga song.
Yeah, we're not Lady Gaga.
We're not Lady Gaga, so we'll do our best here. But this is, just remembering Mary as she was, so joyful, and with the smile on her face and that laugh. And I think this will be good. Music. That Arizona sky burning in your eyes. You look at me, and babe, I wanna catch on fire. It's buried in my soul, like California gold. You found the light in me that I couldn't find. So when I'm all choked up and I can't find the words, every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts. When the sun goes down and the band won't play, I'll always remember us this way. Lovers in the night, poets trying to write. We don't know how to rhyme, but damn, we try. But all I really know, where I wanna go, the part of me that you will never die. So when I'm all choked up and I can't find the words, every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts. When the sun goes down and the band won't play, I'll always remember us this way. It's when the sun choked up and I can't find the word, every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts.
band back in the day. Yeah, I forget who joined first, the Wild Women group, and then we all had to join, even if we didn't play an instrument. I didn't play any kind of band instruments, so Andrew, or actually it was Britton back then, put me on the timpani, and she gave me 5 minutes of instruction. Anyway, let's see, who's next? Carolyn?
So, as Bob said, okay, so the first people we knew in Westcliffe were Steve and Carol Reebok, but we've known them most of our natural life. But they introduced us, I was afraid of that. They introduced us to Mary and to Reed. So we knew Mary during the Reed years. And as Bob said, it turned out that they started a little band together and called Hot Socks, because Reed played those little toe things with the socks, and
it just fit.
There was a new band member. I don't know how many had the pleasure of ever hearing Elda sing, but Elda is amazing. She has an incredible voice, but Mary and I didn't know that. So the first time we met Mary, we went to the rehearsal, and this is in Movita, and Elda was singing, and Elda was very tentative, and they wanted to play Moni Moni. So here's Elda, and she's singing Money, 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 Money. And Mary and I are over there rolling our eyes at each other, drinking wine, rolling our eyes. And so I said, we got to teach her. And Mary goes, oh, we got to teach her. So there we are. Elda, no, this is how it goes. Money, 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 money. And we think we're really something, and we're really going to change Elda's life. And did she ever really? She did sing Moni Moni later, didn't she? Did you guys do that?
But she was trained as an opera singer.
Oh wait, this is my story.
I never saw the script.
So it turns out, right after that, they said, well, let's do House of the Rising Sun. And so Elda goes, I've never heard that song. And we all just, is she from Mars? Everybody knows House of the Rising Sun. But Elda was Cuban, Puerto Rican background, and yes, she was classically trained opera. She didn't know any of this music. So, but Bob taught her how to sing House of the Rising Sun, and she belted it. And Mary and I just kind of went like this.
Oh, wow. So I have something here to read from Ann Gearhart, who was unable to be here. And she says, I'm sorry I couldn't be there to celebrate Mary's